serious illness or injury can totally upend your life. And while you may eventually heal physically, medical debt from the hospital visits, doctor's appointments, and medicine can linger on for years. It's a topic tackled recently by comedian John Oliver on his show Last Week Tonight. Oliver paid less than $60,000 for nearly $15 million of old medical debt. Debt buyers and collections agencies are then accused of using threats, harassment, and misinformation to collect that money. But instead of using the personal information to go after the debtors, Oliver forgave and forgot the debt. Joining us right now to talk about the issues of old medical debt is Angelo Gaspari, a local bankruptcy attorney. Thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Absolutely. Good morning.
I caught that episode with John Oliver, and it was really eye-opening. What's the most surprising thing to you when it comes to medical debt?
Mostly that folks don't really understand their rights when it comes to these folks who are out there in a very predatory debt pirate kind of situation, taking advantage of people. People don't understand at that point why they're getting the calls and how to react to them. I mean, folks are really paranoid and scared when that phone rings. So looking at Mr. Oliver's piece there, it was really amazing to me that he did such a great job of exposing this industry.
Absolutely, and explain how this whole industry works exactly, how these debt collectors are able to pay pennies on the dollar for the medical debt.
Yeah, what we really want to make sure we do, Stephanie, is understand the difference between when someone does show up at the hospital or needs medical procedures and they go through using their insurance and working with the hospital and the patient advocates to get the best kind of care they can. What we're talking about is those little residual obligations that follow somebody long after the illness is gone. And what Mr. Oliver's segment did was really outline the fact that that debt actually is a negotiable instrument and can live for a long time after that. And there's actually a secondary market where they sell that debt to people who then take it and do their best to call people, harass them, and use that original right that the hospital had to take money out of people's pockets.
It seems so mean. Really, when you look at it, it seems evil and mean. I mean, how big of a problem is it here in South Florida?
I would say that in South Florida we probably have one of the worst problems going on, mostly because we have a population of people who are when that phone rings, their first reaction is they need to react and do something, and they actually listen to the collector. And a lot of times, what that piece highlighted was just how mean and aggressive these people can be on the phone. I mean, really demeaning and angry and vicious. And if you think about our senior communities, by the time they get to my office, they're a mess. They've been taking these calls, they think they have an obligation to make sure that they pay, they want to do the right thing, and that's what this entire industry of debt pirates is about, is taking advantages of people who really just want to do the right thing.
So how long is a person responsible then for medical debt? How long after they have a procedure, let's say?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to give you sort of two answers there. The first is, by statute, anything that's older than 4 years old for most debt, in some cases 5, but 4 years after the fact, you're not obligated anymore. Somebody sat on their rights to collect it. So the first answer is really the statute of limitations protects people after a certain period of time. But the more interesting thing here is that in Florida, nobody can ever take anything from you without a lawsuit. So a lot of folks who get down the road, when a debt collector calls, it is sticks and stones, break your bones, names will never hurt you. And honestly, somebody on the phone yelling at you to pay has no enforcement right, nothing they can take, and you should never, ever succumb to that kind of pressure at all. And that's really what we want to know, is that, yes, the debt will eventually expire, but that early on when people are collecting and calling you, you don't have to react. There's no threat coming. Nobody's knocking on the door. The sheriff is not coming to your door because some debt collector from California is calling you up and telling you you owe them money.
But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't pay our hospital bills, right?
Absolutely not. And again, we want to make sure that people leave the hospital. I think one of the best things is if you can pay your bills, do it. Okay? You don't ever want to be down this road. But for people who can't, the best thing to do is understand what you owe as soon as possible and work with the actual people that you have the obligation to. There's always about a 3 to 6 month window where you can work directly with the people that you owe the money to and avoid the collections teams, avoid those really slimy people out there running call centers to take advantage of people who know they owe money and now they're afraid something's going to happen to them.
So what's the best way we can protect ourselves? Any last words of advice?
Absolutely. And one of the things I'm going to say is if you have any uncertainty whatsoever, myself, most of my peers in the community, we work with people all the time, free consultations. In an hour with an attorney, you're going to understand what your rights are. If you're ever threatened, be in communication with somebody who knows. And that's really it. The second thing is never panic. Until you actually have lawsuit paperwork, which actually makes everything much easier for us to figure out, that phone call alone is not something you should be concerned about. You should look for an option and find out what's really there, who you owe, and get a professional involved when you need it.
Is there any way to put an end to all those calls?
Well, the easiest way is, of course, your constitutional right to declare bankruptcy and protect yourself, and that's something that we make sure we explain to people and we get them out of there. And under the law, under the Federal Fair Debt Collections Practices Act, you actually have rights to tell them, don't call me anymore if you do it in writing, if you do it a specific way, and a legal professional can help you understand that.
So many loopholes and things to kind of deal with. Well, thank you so much for all that advice and
My
insight.
pleasure. I
We
think it's
appreciate
great
you being
service.
here.